and welcome to the weekly update for the Lake Country office, Shorewest Realtors, for the week ending February 5th, 2010. This week I thought we'd talk a little bit about something that came out of that sellers seminar that we did a couple of weeks ago, and that was several sellers asking us, can you share the pain? You know, our home prices are down 10, 15, maybe even more in some cases, and you know, we're having a hard time justifying your commission. We're really trying to reduce the expenses when we sell our house so we can net the most money out of our house. Certainly understandable, that question is. And there's really three responses to that question. The first one is a classic response that we've been able to use for a long time, and that is there's a reason that Shorewest has sold more homes than anybody else in Wisconsin for over 50 years. It's our #1 technology. It's our #1 agents. Let me give you a specific example. Shorewest holds on average over 500 open houses a weekend. So that's 500 chances for us to find the buyer for every listing we have in our inventory. Let me ask you this question, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. Which would you prefer? A company that's got 500 opportunities to find your buyer this weekend, or a company that's got 100 opportunities, or even 35 or 20 opportunities to find that buyer? The second response is one we've been using for about a year, and that's talking about the knowledge we bring to the table. You know, if your agent that you're considering using isn't explaining to you how short sales and foreclosures are going to affect your pricing this year, if they're not talking to you about why interest rates are going to rise, how much they're going to rise, and how that's going to affect your buying pool by the end of the year, then that's like playing chess in the dark. You know, you're making your moves, but you can't see your opponent's moves, and that makes it almost impossible to win that game. The third response is, and this came from an agent that was at the seminar, is we are sharing the pain. What do we mean by that? Well, first of all, obviously if prices are dropping by 10%, that means our income takes a direct hit of 10%. Second thing is, many transactions are taking 50, 75, 100% more work to get to a close. So we're working harder for less money. And then third, and this came straight from the agent at the seminar, she talked about the fact that over the last several years, her income has decreased by 35%, while her expenses have increased by 43%. There's some consumers out there that think because the print advertising, we're not doing much at all of that anymore, that our expenses have decreased, and the exact opposite is true. You know, 3 or 4 years ago as an agent, you might not have had a smartphone, probably didn't have a smartphone. You may or may not have had a website. You certainly didn't spend time during the day checking to make sure that your listings look great on YouTube and Craigslist and taking time to check the social media sites that you're on. So all of that adds up to time that we're taking away from prospecting, time that we could be working with clients and increasing our income. So next time you're asked that question, be confident that you deserve the commission that you're charging, and share with them one or a combination of these responses. Make it a great weekend.